Welcome to the Ripley County Council meeting of July 21st, 2025 here in the Commissioners' Room. Will you please join me with pledge to the American flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This is the Ripley County Council meeting, and we'll introduce ourselves. This is being recorded, and Diane, will you please start and introduce yourself?
Yes, Diane Masick.
Andrew Decker.
David Tebbing.
Ron Decker.
Peggy Ehlers.
Stan Wiedemann.
John
Forden. Thank you. These members are a member of the Ripley County Council, and this evening we'll be missing a member, Stephanie Back. She is unable to be with us this evening. And we appreciate Dawn being here with us this evening. Amy is unavailable. She is our Ripley County auditor, and she was at the commissioners meeting this morning, but will be unable to be here with us for our council meeting. So thank you, Dawn. And she had everything set up perfect, and we have gotten the requests for the 2026 budgets. So each council member has been given that, and we'll have our public budget meeting in August, and that's according to state statute. You have 2 weeks in order you can have your budget presented, and our dates have been selected. We'll go ahead and look at the approval of the minutes from the June 16th meeting, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Stan has made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
David has seconded the motion. The motion's been properly made and second. All in favor, raise your right hand. 6. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you. We have transfers. This is a transfer of court service for $973.15. You'll recall that the vehicle, 2012 Dodge Charger, was given from the town of Versailles, but there was some needed repairs. So this $973.15 is for those repairs. Do I have a motion to approve this transfer?
Motion.
Diane has moved to make that motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And Ron has second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. 6. Now we're under additional appropriation, and we have a request from the sheriff for $142,000. Sir, would you like to come and share with us about this body security scanning system? And if you wouldn't mind, please identify yourself.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Rob Bradley, Ripley County Sheriff. The last meeting, you guys, I presented the appropriation request for the full body scanner for the county booking, and there were some other questions that you had and you wanted me to look into. I did email the response to your questions, but I can also go through them here if you'd like.
Our questions or what we would like to discuss here.
I got one question. I'm not sure how the booking works, but if somebody does get in trouble and you book them, is there like a base charge of a base fine or something just for getting checked into the jail? I was just curious. I don't know how it works, but is there like, hey, if you get caught doing something and you get booked into jail, there's like a base fine of $200 or something. Is there anything like that happens?
There is no fine like you're talking about until a person is presumed innocent until they're proven guilty in a court of law. And once they're past that step in a court of law, then the judge will decide what their fines or punishment will be. There's no base for that. The only thing that maybe comes close to what you're talking about is the bond schedule, which is set up by the courts here in Ripley County. It says like, from this degree misdemeanor charge to this degree charge, the bond is set at this. And from here to here, it's set at that. And then there'd be circumstances where that could increase because, like, say someone's on probation and they've gotten rearrested on a new charge. Well, now they double their bond. Is the way the
I
bond-
guess kind of where I was going with this is going to take considerably time to scan somebody and get people trained. Is there any way that, you could add just a little bit to one of those to help offset some of these costs? If doing as many people as what you're talking, if you've done $20 a person, wow, could make a huge difference on paying for the scanner. It was just an idea that I've thought about over the last month, and I didn't know if there was anything like that or not.
The only fee that I know of that gets tacked onto a bond, so if you're bailing somebody out of the county jail, there's the bond, and then there's a fee of $5 that goes to administrative, which I honestly don't know where that
Administrative,
goes.
$25.
Maybe the auditor can tell us where that goes, because I'm not sure, but there is a $5 administrative fee that gets tacked on to the bond. Don't ask me where it goes, because nobody ever gives it to me, so.
So, I don't know, might be worth looking into, just an idea.
Okay.
So you've presented us with this document, sir?
Yes.
Other questions from council?
Is this basically the same thing you gave us last time?
It's the same body scanner. The questions you had, one of the big questions, I think, was the warranty, and the ongoing service fees. I believe Andrew had that question posed. And what we found out, talking to other agencies that currently have the equipment, is that it comes with a 3-year warranty, okay? It has a 10-year life expectancy, and none of the counties we talked to bought the extra warranty because it was so cost prohibitive. It's $8,900 a year after the 3 years. And I'm not quite sure what you get for that, to be honest with you. I know you get an upgrade and an annual checkup, but I'm not sure that's worth $9,000, you know what I mean?
A lot of money.
So I think most of the agencies we talk to are just operating the equipment, and if they have an issue after the warranty period, then they just call in a technician, get it fixed, and pay for it out of pocket. So that's how they've adjusted.
Have any of the other counties mentioned to you that they had any issues with it?
Nothing remarkable, just,
Okay.
yeah. The warranty, while you're under warranty, the first 3 years, covers all parts, service, travel, and software upgrades in the life 10 years. The training is included in the purchase price, and Tech 84 will provide 3 levels of training: operator, manager, and super user, or train the trainer. The training class lasts 2 hours, so as you were concerned about the length of training and all that, it's a 2-hour tutorial on how to operate it. And they'll come in and train the employees on their schedule, not they're not going to say, oh, they got to be here between 9 and 5 or we can't train them. No, they're going to come in on their schedules and train them to do it.
Who was your contact for the overall life expectancy?
That was the salesman at the company. And as it's an imperfect world. Screws fall out, things go bad. It could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, who knows, right?
It says
I
here
think
that,
I did a little more research after the last meeting too, and it seems as if this thing could last for a long time. It's a software issue that comes up that you have to bring into it
Yeah.
after so long, more than the life expectancy of the machine.
Well, that's
Did
what,
your salesman say anything at all about that, or did he just say 10 years and it's done?
well, we didn't,
Longer?
we didn't discuss that specifically, but just my experience with most technology today, it's, 3 to 5 years and you need to upgrade the software.
So the
That doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy all new equipment, it just means you got to get better software.
salesman said it was.
He didn't
10
say that. He said 10 years.
Didn't you just say?
Well, and so did Decatur County, when we talked to them, they said they were told it was 10-year. And,
Decatur County said that? The sheriff of Decatur
I didn't
County?
talk to the sheriff, we talked to the staff in the jail,
The staff in the jail?
the
The jail
jail
commander?
commander, yeah. And Lee talked to him, and I'm going off of notes, so.
Because I'd like to see, because what I found out that there really wasn't an end-of-life expectancy. It was more of a programming and software issue. And that's kind of what I thought that you would come back with. But when I seen that end-of-life expectancy is 10 years, when you emailed that to us, I'm thinking, oh my gosh,
That's what we were told.
that's quite a bit of a mess. So I thought maybe you got information better than what I got.
So you're saying it lasts longer than 10 years, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, good for
They
us.
said
That's
there's
good.
no end of life figured out yet. It's all the software
But-
updating and is what goes on.
Right,
Therefore, the warranty that covers all of the things that can be updated as you go on through your time. So you have your first warranty that gives you 3 years, and then if you choose not to do it again, you have 2 years to reconsider, and that more or less gives you 5 years at the $8,900 per year if you use that warranty. So that warranty, I think, was used to purchase the programming and any problems or any fixes that need to be done, any updating, any software. But I didn't know, because I know you were supposed to look into this, and I didn't know if you had more information than I did.
no more than that. Competing bids, somebody asked, was that you, David, that wanted a competing bid?
Don't
think
know.
we-
It was kind of a
That might have
general.
been me, but I understood that there's nobody that's got the same thing.
It's not quite the same. I found two. I talked to one salesman on the phone, told him what I was doing, and I needed a competing bid, and he said, no problem, and I never heard anything else again from him. So I think he just, I don't know, dropped the ball or something. I did find this company, and they sell scanners. I don't know anything about it. I don't have any references for this particular company, so I actually just got this back today from them. They kind of drove their heels a little bit.
Thanks, Sheriff.
And Stephanie's not here.
Thank you.
And this company is $156,000
Thank you.
for the same sort of equipment.
Don't want to hear.
Yeah, who wants it?
I think when Lee was here last time, we went through and looked at some of the other companies online real quick, as he said that nothing compared to it. If you guys remember, we looked at a couple other things and nothing was comparable to this Tech 84 full-body scanner that jails and correctional facilities use. There was multiple other companies that had something close, but not comparable as far as finding the interior things that can be found in the body, as well as this one.
Right.
And they were all comparable in price, but this had more options and better scanning features, different scanning features on how it's scanned. So, as we went through that, and as I looked into it afterwards a little bit, I never found anything comparable to this, although the prices for everything else were within the same monetary amount.
Council, do we have a motion?
I have a
For
question.
an additional
I have a question.
appropriate, oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry, he looked like he was kind of in, in thought. Since you were, when you were speaking with the Decatur County, did they indicate how long they've been using this?
They may have, and as I said, Lee's actually the one that spoke to the jail commander, not me. If I had to give a wild guess on that, Diane, They've had their county jail, because they have a new facility. My guess is they probably put it in
Okay.
around that time, and it's probably less than 5 years old.
And they're happy with?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Good,
yeah. I haven't heard any complaints about it, so.
good.
So do you feel like at this point, you just would not get the extended warranty and just go ahead through the 10 years or whatever without the extended warranty and just pay for the software upgrades?
Yeah, I think that's
Did he
right.
give you an idea of an, kind of an estimate of what a software upgrade cost?
No. I didn't ask that, but I wouldn't think it'd be $9,000. So, yeah.
And how many scans do you estimate a year?
Oh, wow. I don't know, I mean,
At full capacity, you can do 125 per person, so,
yeah,
I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands of.
No, I just didn't know about how many,
Well,
we feel that Ripley County, you know, how many, do you think you would scan 150 people a year?
depends on
yeah.
the rest.
Okay.
yeah.
Depends on how many people.
Well,
I
absolutely.
mean, there's
But he's probably
85
got a good
people.
idea of that.
There's roughly anywhere from 80 to 90 people in the jail. They can hold up to 120. You got to figure, you're going to have people that are getting arrested, and they're getting scanned on their initial arrest. But this includes people that go to court and from court. I talked to one facility, they said everybody that comes in and out, no matter what, they get scanned.
Okay.
So that's what I would do. Because, I mean, yeah, you know, you send a guy to the courtroom, he's with the transport officer, it's likely nothing happened or he hasn't got anything. But then there's always that one chance where he got a hold of something sharp.
Absolutely.
So when somebody scans, does it take a male to scan a male and a female to scan a female? Are they clothed or unclothed, or do they have
They're-
a robe, or?
Well, they don't disrobe, so they're clothed, and they don't even have to take their shoes off.
Okay, so anybody can scan anybody?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And you don't need to hire any new individuals?
Not to operate it, no.
Okay.
Nope. I haven't been notified of any reason why you'd have to hire someone else to do it, because they're going to train your staff to use it. I know I'm not getting in it.
You might have to.
I don't like getting into TSA ones.
That's all I have.
It's $8,500 per year, or it's $8,500 for the software system update.
Yeah. So you figure if you had to do that every 5 years, let's say, then in 10 years you have
Says
done.
other sources may indicate a cost of $9,000 per year for annual maintenance on the machine, which also includes replacing worn parts. Some say $9,800 with the service for doing the same thing, and radiation safety surveys. Resolution extending a warranty for 3 years was $9,500 per unit, depending on what all you want in that time span of lapse. So, I mean, it's gonna be $8,500 to update it when the time comes. Now, if that's 3 years, 5 years, it didn't
All right.
necessarily say, but I didn't dig in there.
So if you took the 3-year warranty that's included and you didn't extend that, and it, let's say 6 years, you need to upgrade your software, you've already avoided up to 3 years of not paying that $9,000.
Just hopefully at the 3-year mark, they have it up, and they have it on its most
Yeah, I would-
updated software.
Yeah, I think that would be, they said they'd come out every year and check on it, fix it, whatever needs fixing. So I think at 3 years, you'd want to make sure they had that done, so you know you're good for however long. And I don't think the software needs upgraded every 12 months, you know?
I wouldn't, I think if it's doing what it's doing, it's like,
Is there, you feel there's anything else you're going to need to get because of this?
what's it gonna cost to install this thing? How much maintenance?
I think the installation is included in the quote,
Wiring and everything?
the shipping and the installation. I don't think that's going to be,
Can you
add
cover
on.
that out of your commissary?
I can, and in fact, if we get this piece of equipment, we're also, I told you about the fingerprinting equipment that myself and the jail command and staff have gotten a grant for from the Supreme Court. So we got that earlier this year. They've actually just delivered part of it, and they're coming to install it next week. I don't know, something like that. It's kind of the same as what we have, but it's upgraded because we've had it for 20 years. And the Supreme Court put out a grant this last year for any jails that were interested in getting a new machine in their, or new fingerprint technology. And of course, we needed it. So we got the grant and now the equipment's been delivered, waiting to be installed. So my plan was, if we got this, we could go in and actually kind of redesign the booking area to make it a little bit safer. Currently, when someone's arrested, let's say this is the stand where the computer is of the jailer's doing the book in, and there's a place right in front where they could take pictures for that. All the while they're doing this, the inmate's sitting over here kind of, if they're lucky, they're in their peripheral vision. If not, they're behind them, you know. Now, if they follow protocol and they're smart, they'll chain that guy to the bench so that he can't just get up and run away or get up and run over and hit you. But even chained to the bench, you can still stand up and get pretty close to the jailer that's actually working your case. So my thought is, I could redesign that workstation in that area with commissary money to put in this piece of equipment and the other, and make it flow to where the jailer doesn't have to turn their back to the person being booked in. Because that, you know, luckily, we haven't had anybody attacked in the booking area lately, but I myself have fought people in that booking area, you know, and the last thing you want to do is turn your back on somebody that you're not sure about. And so yeah, there is a plan to redo that workstation.
I think it's great that you want to commit the sheriff's department to use some of the commissary and not just taxpayers' money to do some of this. I appreciate, you know how I am with commissary.
Yeah,
I talk to you about it all the time, so I appreciate that.
yeah.
John, there's no legal thing that we can get in trouble by doing. I mean, if I go to the hospital and get a scan, I have to sign paperwork saying they're going to scan me. I mean, is there anything like that that would legally have to happen to do this?
I mean,
I'm not aware of anything of that nature.
Okay.
I mean, look, they take belts away, they take things away that people can commit suicide with, anything of that nature. Officer safety, I think at that
Officer
point
safety.
where they're under arrest. And again, this is not invasive.
Right.
But if a scanner would happen to show something, and they do have to take the person to a doctor or hospital, then they need to get a warrant, but that would form the basis of the probable cause for the
Okay.
warrant, for the search, the more in-depth search.
Sure.
Council, do we have a motion?
I'm good. I'll make a motion.
Here's-
David has moved and Andrew second. Did I
Sure,
hear that?
yep. I was gonna say, it's $1,500 for the only thing, if you don't get the warranty, it's up to $1,500 because you have to do a standalone radiation safety survey yearly for this thing. So, $1,500 a year, and it said the software could go 5 years, whatever, on that. So, that's probably why they didn't take that extended warranty.
Now, I have one more question, then I'll move on.
okay.
Can this affect any ladies if they're pregnant?
I don't believe so, no.
It's radiation, am I assuming that, or not radiation, but the scan is,
Well, it's a super low dose, and so I would, considering that you can be scanned like 100 and some times.
Yeah, it said it was safe for
I'm-
anybody up.
yeah.
Even at the highest capacity, you can be scanned up to 125
Oh, okay.
times per year.
And that's probably part of the training, the protocol, to
Right.
ask if anyone's pregnant or if they're known to be pregnant,
I
I
mean,
would presume.
We asked that anyway, I mean,
Yeah.
to know.
So the motion's been properly made and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6. It passes. There's a request for $2,428 This is for a device that will monitor the inmate's physical condition, blood pressure, breathing,
Yes. Cell Guardian. It's called Cell Guardian. Yeah.
okay?
I think, so we talked about this last month, and I think the only question y'all had was whether it was FDA approved or not, because I had mentioned that they were getting FDA approval, and they did get FDA approval. I guess I didn't realize we were on the docket tonight for this, but, so I didn't bring my notes, but I was assured that they did. One of the issues that I had with the contract, I don't know, John, did I show you the contract or not?
I'm not sure.
So anyway, one of the issues that, really the only issue I had with the contract was any civil litigation, the way the contract was written, would have to take place in Florida, because that's where they're based out of. And I told the representative, I said, that's not acceptable. I'm not going to Florida to fight you guys for anything that deals with this contract. So, you know, so they sent me a second contract and it still wasn't changed. And I told him the same thing, I'm not signing anything like that with, you know. So he assured me today that it was changed to Indiana, but I haven't seen that contract or it's been changed. But he assured me it was. And I can tell you right now, I'm not signing it if it says Florida is the venue for litigation. But
So do we want to table it until we actually have something that's worth looking at?
I would like to, because my biggest question is, if we have 80 inmates, how's this going to scan 80 inmates?
Oh,
And if they walk next to each other, okay, if one of them's heart rate goes way, way up, which one is it?
okay, I can kind
Follow
of
what
talk
I'm
to you about
saying?
that.
I mean, there's a
Number
lot of-
one, the cells that I'm looking to put it in are the detox cell, which is the drunk tank. That's what we used to call it back in the day. They call it detox cell now. So that cell was going to hit it, and the padded cell. And the padded cell never has more than one person in it because they're in there, they're either suicidal or they're coming down off of illicit street drugs or something like that. They're in there for intensive monitoring, so to speak. The detox drunk tank is, you know, it's just kind of a temporary holding where, you know, somebody gets arrested at midnight and you throw them in there until the next morning they sober up and you book them in. And those were the only two cells I wanted to do that. When I was a jailer, I don't know how many years ago, I did have an inmate hang himself in the drunk tank one night. You know, at that time, we were required to check on them every hour, like make a round. That was in the old jail. You know, we had 15 to 20 inmates tops. And every hour, you were supposed to at least walk through and look in to make sure everybody was okay. And each cell block had its own little call box with a push button. And that particular night, after I put that guy in there, maybe 20 minutes later, the intercom next to the station where I worked came on like somebody pushed a button, and all I could hear was a gurgling noise. So I go back there, and he's hanging. He'd hanged himself with his T-shirt on the call box. So I don't know if he actually pushed the button or if the knot on the thing pushed the button, but when I went in there, he was out. And he didn't die. We got EMS there. It's quick enough to revive him. So it's not going to be looking at 80 inmates. The general population is going to be separate from this cell guardian in those two cells. I figure those are the really high-risk cells. Not that something bad can't happen in the other cells, but this and then the other thing, Ron, was I was at the conference last week, and cell guardian was there, and he started to show me a video where they're perfecting their technology to watch multiple people in the same room. So, you know, that's good.
So then with this, back again, what is it going, I mean, if it costs $2,500 to purchase it, what is it gonna cost to install it? I mean, wiring, cameras?
Well, I asked them about that, and they said that was included in the price. The catch was, and I was kind of okay with it, was that if you decided to terminate their service, you had to pay to have them come and take it out, because they want the equipment back.
So is this it's 24, 28 to purchase it? What is the yearly contract at?
It was a monthly, I think it was $100 and some a month. I don't have the contract in front of me, so, but it was a monthly charge.
I think we ought to table this, so I think you weren't even expecting it to be on.
No, I wasn't, and
That way we
I
can have
apologize for that.
a better read on this, maybe.
We'll table this to our October meeting.
Are you okay with that?
October?
I mean, August.
Okay, we'll go with August, okay.
August would be good. We have a request for $21,157. This is for the jail maintenance salary position for the remainder of this year. Now, I was under the impression the commissioners were going to cover this to the end of the year, but that is not true. The sheriff's going to cover this position now?
Yeah, they changed that a little bit.
Okay.
So now they want it put under my payroll going forward, and to finish out this year, that is the amount of money that it would take to fund that position for the rest of the year.
I don't think we should do that because it was already budgeted under our budget for that maintenance person. So I think we need to finish that budget off and not take that money that was set for this position.
Jeff, go on, come up here and talk to this, because Commissioner Volz here has a little more.
The reason we wanted to do that is because the person wanting to take the position in the jail will only take it if we do it this way. He does not, he loses seniority, is that correct?
Yeah.
And stuff, if we do it that way. And Craig says he's capable of taking care of things, and
The other guy.
he's not looking for a replacement,
Right.
so. But it's because of the seniority and the other person in the jail that's wanting to take it would not accept it unless we do it this way, so.
No, what I'm
And this
talking
is
about is the
this is
pay.
what Rob wanted,
The sheriff
person.
is, I realize the person's going to be under the sheriff.
yes.
It makes no difference who he's paid from.
Yes, it does, because we can still use him as well if it's coming out of the general fund. We cannot if it's under his budget.
He
But
would
he
be exclusively working at the county jail.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be up here trimming
So
grass
are
around
you
the
going to
jail.
put that 157 back into the general and not try to use it for something?
Wasn't discussed, and I don't know, it can only be for that wage anyway.
Well,
Correct.
that's what I mean. We're double paying this wage sort of because it was in the
Well,
budget.
it'll just stay in general, as far as I know.
Yeah, I would think.
All yours comes out of general.
It would just, whatever's not used.
No, they're gonna be taking it out of the new safety tax.
That's the other advantage to moving it to ours, is they could take it out of public safety rather than the general fund.
So in '26, you've budgeted it this way, correct?
In '26, we did include that in our budget, is that correct, Dan?
But they discussed this particular
Yes, we
issue.
have.
And anyway, the commissioners and then the individual said, oh, you can understand, you don't want to lose your seniority. And if for some reason, then it wasn't approved in the '26 budget, this person who would be the jail maintenance would lose out.
They would just go back to being the jail staff, and they wouldn't lose their seniority.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But this person's gonna be being
It-
paid out of the safety
The money's kind of a
tax.
wash, because if you appropriate it to my budget, then they're not going to spend it out of their budget, and it's just going to go back to the general fund anyway.
Why wouldn't we just do an additional appropriation out of lit for it and keep this in county general?
I thought that's what we were
he was
doing.
asking for was additional
I
appropriation.
thought that's what we were doing.
Out of
It's an
the,
additional appropriation, yeah.
Okay, so that money therefore stays in county general because it's not being used anymore.
Right.
No, I realize that, but
And
I
then-
just wanted to make sure that
Gotcha,
it was going to stay there.
yeah.
yes, because we're gonna take it, we're asking to take it out of the safety tax to pay him.
Okay,
And that's why he cannot work for any other
right. He's going to be
office or
solely
anything. Has be
to the jail.
Yeah, jail
Thank-
employee, yeah.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Stan has moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ron has seconded the motion. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. Raise your right hand. In favor? Those opposed, same sign. 6. Now we have a request from the coroner. Is the coroner here? Thank you, Sheriff.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
We have a request from the coroner. Is the coroner here this evening? This request is for $20,000. The request is due to the increase of autopsy, the cost of it, and the increase of young adults passing away since the beginning of the year. And the request is for $20,000.
How much has he got in his budget left right now?
I'm not sure, but I can't vouch that house enough because I paid those. They haven't went up.
The cost of
Yeah,
the,
they have went up. Yeah, I can look it up.
And Don, with the cost, and here it indicates that we've had additional autopsy. Who does our autopsy? We send them to Hamilton County? Ohio? Cincinnati? Okay.
It's up there. Yeah, I can't.
Okay, but it's in the state of Ohio?
I did, yes.
Okay. And Don is looking up their budget right now.
should insurance cover that time? Should insurance?
I don't know, we'll ask.
Under autopsies, 2,600.
Their balance is $2,600? Okay.
And starting balance, does it say?
We were at 49,600.
Is
And-
20 gonna be enough to make it?
And do you have a number that's been performed?
The amount.
Okay, well,
That's
6,000.
1,700, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 autopsies since March.
oh, since March?
Let me see, there's another page.
Okay.
Here,
Was that correct, ma'am?
I was gonna say, they have done a lot of autopsies,
28.
because I think when my cousin passed away in a car accident, I think when she went for her autopsy, there was at least 8 or 9 of them that went once at one
Okay.
time. And
From
that-
Ripley County?
Yeah,
Here?
and that was in February.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
In 25, they budgeted 40. In 26, he raised it to 26, or I'm sorry, 50.
Okay, so
For next
doubled
year.
it.
No, he just added 10,000. Added 10,000. From 40 to
26,000?
50.
Oh, okay,
From
excuse
40,
me.
from 40 this year to 50 next year. So he raised it 10,000 for next year's budget.
Well, if it's not used, it comes back, so.
True.
yeah.
According to our numbers, what they started with, what they have left right now, that's $46,400 that they've already expended for 7 months, a little less. So I don't see it. I mean, I'll make a motion on that.
Okay, Andrew has moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Stan has seconded the motion, and the request is for the coroner for $20,000. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6. Now we have a request here from, these are all additional appropriations from 911 for $4,817.95. This is, the tower was struck by the Sunman tornado, and of $4,000 to appropriate the insurance check to work for repairs. Anybody? No one's here from 911?
It's just issue the check, so, yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, Stan has moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Andrew has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6. New business, Tara Briggs, we need to from the Health Department fix a clerical error on the salary ordinance. Will you please share your name and your department?
Tara Briggs, Ripley County Health Department Administrator. So the first thing that I want to pass out to you in this document should be familiar to you, and then, well, both the documents should be familiar to you. It will explain what the error is.
I feel like I'm killing trees, but I don't know a better way to.
You tree killer.
And if you can leave a packet for Stephanie, we'll put it in hers.
Thank you.
Take a look and share.
I get a legal opinion on it, I don't know who can see.
All right, so what happened was, if you look at page 2, that first slide on page 2, when I came to the council meeting, I asked for the change for funding for position for the clinic assistant clerical, and that salary was supposed to be $42,000. However, when the document was prepared for signatures, $42,000 got moved to $40,000 when that document was signed. The problem is, when you guys voted on it, I assumed it was $42,000, so when I started hiring employees, that's the salary I advertised, and we did hire Pilar here. If you want to have her come up and introduce herself, she would love to do that. I did not find out that there was an error until after she started, when we went to the auditor's office to get her payroll set up. Then I found the error that was made. So I don't know if when you take the vote, if the vote is what passes or if it's signatures that pass. So I don't know if it requires a new vote or just an amendment to the document. I'm not sure.
John, this is the legal document, correct?
I understand, and I presume Amy's office probably prepared that. Is that correct?
Yes, and I think the issue was I didn't actually say 42,000 verbally because you had the paper in front of you when you did the vote, and I don't know if she prepared it off of the like the audio recording.
So you're asking us for an additional 2,000?
Correct, because you had already voted on 42,000, and that is the commitment that I made when I hired Pilar. So it was, when it got signed, it was shorted by 2,000.
Well, actually, what was announced, what, was it 42,000? Was it putting the two salaries together, the 40,000 and then the additional 2 or whatever?
It was, the reason we didn't need to move any funds is because she was picked up in the middle of the year, so I didn't have to do any transfer of funds to pay that. But the position came from a different fund that is kind of, there's no more money coming into the original fund that it was under, so we put it under the maternal child because we already had a maternal child under a different code.
Thank you. For our document on April 21st, our minutes here, it says Health Department, and it says 40,000 right here.
In the minutes?
Well,
On the agenda.
on the agenda. And it says need to hire a clinical assistant, already have mother and child specialist, change job title and job description. And so right there, we thought, and Stan moved and Stephanie seconded, 7-0, for the health to be 40,000.
Okay. I did not prepare that document. I've never seen that document. This is what I assumed when you voted. I assumed it was based on this, but, so you're telling me that,
On the official
Okay.
minutes and what the council each felt like they were voting on, it
Was
says
not-
40,000.
okay.
Yes, you did, you overviewed this with us, but we went by what was on our agenda.
Okay.
And on the agenda, it shows 40,000.
Okay.
21st.
Well, we can't let her sit here and hang by loose. We need to work with.
I mean, you already have the money. All you're
Correct,
doing
the
is-
funding is there,
We
yes.
just need to transfer
You
it
just
from
need to
something.
transfer 2,000.
It's already in the fund.
Or does that salary ordinance have to be switched from 40,000 per year, the biweekly payment to
42.
42,000?
Correct.
And then divide 42 by 26 pay periods? So do we need to
John,
change that
What's
salary
our
ordinance?
best way to
Yeah.
look at this?
Give me a second. This was April 21st, our council minutes. Was that actually heard at the May meeting and not the April meeting?
Well, this is the mother and child special, which is the 40,000.
Right.
Child specialist.
And was that the May meeting?
This was the mother.
I think May is probably when it was adopted.
It was,
But I'm looking at the April 21st, 2025 minutes. It says Health-Tara Briggs. Ms. Briggs was in to make one school liaison full-time position into a part-time position and give the public health assistant a $5,294 raise. Councilman Back made the motion to approve the school liaison, a part-time position, and the raise for the public health assistant of $5,294. The action was denied, moved by Stephanie Back and seconded by Stan Wiedemann. Denied 2 yes, 3 no, 1 abstain, and 1 absent.
I was going to say, that meeting was before this one.
This one was new.
That was the
This,
one after
this
that.
one was after that
Let's go to
one.
the May minutes then.
and it's, in May, it's under new business, I believe.
Okay? Let me go.
But in May, it was this one.
May 19th, 2025. So that shows transfers 2025. It does show 40,000. Account, I guess, fund number 1161.11155.
Correct.
Going from HFI, Mother and Child Specialist, to 1161.11603, HFI Clinic Assistant. Councilman Wiedemann made the motion to approve the above transfer. Action approved, moved by Stan Wiedemann, second by Stephanie Back. Motion passed 7 yes.
So we just have to
So we
readopt.
do $2,000,
I'm sorry?
so should we move $2,000?
So we wouldn't have to move any funding, it would just be increasing the salary ordinance. The funding's already there.
You have the funding already. We just have to rewrite the
ordinance.
ordinance from $40,000 to $42,000.
So if I need to reword this, if this was indeed my error, then I would like to request a change then to the salary ordinance that was passed 2 months ago, to increase it to 42,000, because that was my understanding and that is what I promised our new employee upon her being hired.
We can't take away because Steph's not here. She can't rescind.
No, No.
So,
You could do it backwards, and she would have to rescind first, and then you.
But we
But
can, we can, we
we
can do
can
a
just-
whole new salary ordinance on it without having to reset. Am I right?
Yeah, and you could make it retroactive.
So do I have a motion?
are you following this, Dawn?
Amy's gonna re-listen to these anyhow.
And Amy, this is for you. It's 42,000, because I didn't say it
So
last.
do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to recreate the new salary ordinance from 40 to 42,000. They already have the money.
Thank you,
so.
Stan. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Diane has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0.
Thank you, I do appreciate that.
Thank you. Now,
You can breathe now.
Well, not quite. Last time we were talking about the public health assistant to vital records registrar, I don't remember which one of you, but one of you had more questions. Ms. Back did swing by the health department to do the walkthrough, but I don't think that y'all were available. So Missy did come today. She's willing to answer any questions that you might have about how her position has evolved since she started, kind of the new responsibilities that she's already taken on, and some of the projects she would like to even expand on. Would you like her to come up here and kind of talk about some of the differences that she's doing since she started?
would she like to share? Yes?
And then before she leaves, then I do have some transfer of funds requests, so.
So, hi, my name is Missy Bird. I'm the public health assistant at the health department. I do have some handouts to hand out here. So I'll go ahead and do that. That's right here.
Thank you.
Just so you guys
Thank
can
you.
understand a little better.
Thank you.
What was your title, public health assistant?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, as you can see, the first one on top is the public health assistant. That is what I signed on to do. That was my job title when I was hired on with Lexi. So, I don't know if you guys want to read through it really quick.
You want to share with us highlights?
So this just highlights that, basically, that I just didn't do just vital records. I did other things too. Like, I'm the front desk person, I meet all kinds of clients, customers, depending on their needs. I am the first person that you will see when you walk in the health department. I'm the one that, I am the health department most days before Pilar was hired on. So I assist with nursing. I mean, I'm to the point where I can tell you how much it is for a single shot. I mean, so I've broadened my horizon here. I'm not just vital records. But since wild changes have evolved in our health department, we've had some people go from part-time to full-time staff. We've had people that have hired and have left the health department. While that was going on, the next page is the registrar position, and it tells everything that a registrar would do. While people have left, I have maintained all these duties, job responsibilities. I am not only just the public health assistant, I have stepped up and done each one of these jobs as registrar. In July of '22, I was hired in May of '22. Lexi came up to me and asked me to be the harm reductionist. So I now have also, that's another department division that I have stepped up and taken responsibility for. The thing that you need to really know about the registrar is that she maintains all the money that goes with vital records. That's a big responsibility. It's like being a department head. And that's basically what I do every day. Others have gotten paid more for being a department head, division head. Like Candy Gunther, she takes care of all of the nursing. Environmental would be Tracy Bauman. She's the one that takes care of the collections for that. I'm the only one that's been taking care of vital records since everybody's left. I ran the front desk for over a year by myself. That started when Paul was still here as administrator and continued up until we just hired Pilar. I've done everything at the front. Do you guys have any questions about what I do, what I don't do?
Can you just talk about some of the other things that you're proposing that you?
Oh, that I would like to do, my initiatives? So one of my initiatives was to bring the medication drop-off box into the health department. A lot of customers were concerned about where do I take my medication. That was an initiative that I took on, and we got it moved. It's now in our lobby. I also wanted to bring a nalox box to Versailles. Those were two projects that I wanted to do. And we have one now, it's at Rusty Buck. Two more things that I want to do is, so I want to go through naloxone training. A lot of people think that it's just for drug addicts. It's not. Usually, typically, you'll be prescribed an opioid after surgery. And if you mistakenly take too much, or, hey, I thought I took my pain medicine, oh, but I didn't, and you take another and you've actually taken more than you're supposed to, you could technically have an overdose. Those that have parents that are older, elderly people, it's really easy to confuse medicine. You would need naloxone to reverse that overdose. So I would like to be trained in how to train others to use naloxone correctly. It gets a bad rap. I'm just trying to educate the people, just because the huge stigma in our county. Another thing that I would like to do is to get into the schools and show them how to use naloxone correctly and try to, reduce that stigma, that it's just for addicts or people that use substances.
What's your educational background?
I have a bachelor's degree in elementary education. That was never figured into my pay either. Since then, I have gotten 2 certificates through the Indiana Vital Records Association, so I'm halfway to my capstone. I still need to become a notary, but it really depends on what we do today. I'm more than willing, but I feel like that's a marketing for me, and that should increase my pay. We do need a notary in the health department in order to do amendments, corrections, legal name changes, paternity affidavits. Those are all things that require a notary. Like I said, I'm more than willing to go through the time and whatever that takes. As far as other things, just this past year, we were able to start printing birth and death certificates out of county. So if they are anywhere from 2009 to current, and they're in the drive system, I can print from any county. So, but that, with that, I know everybody's concerned about, Margaret Mary's getting ready to go to Franklin County, and Ripley County won't have that business. I promise you we still will.
Now, you're taking back prescription medication?
Yes, we are.
All right, share with me a little bit.
Okay, so what we ask is that you empty out the container, so the pill bottle, empty it out into a plastic bag, because we just want the medication. It's based on weight, so the poundage, we would rather not have the extra weight in there, so that way it's just medications. So you're going to come to the health department, and you can open up the pill bottle, dump it into a Ziploc bag, and we've got some. It would be great if people would just come ready, have them already in there. Then once you put them into the bag, you close it, you open up, there's a little drawer, and it's got a little lip on it. So you're going to put the medication down in that little shelf, and you're going to push it up, and when you push it up, it falls out. Sometimes you got to give it a little flick, but yeah, it'll go down there. And then I get a hold of Ruth Ann. She's the one that comes down, and she usually has somebody with her, like an escort from the sheriff's department, just to maintain custody. So, and then from there, it gets shipped off and destroyed, and then we know how much weight it is. We get a report back. So, yeah. I wanted to get it off the streets so that way it wasn't in the hands of some of my students that I may have had in classrooms. So that was my initiative there. And people didn't want to go to the jail to do that. So I listened to our customers. Anybody got any questions?
Thank you for your report.
You're welcome. I was going to say, if you go on through, it just tells you year one, what I did, year two. I've been growing and stepping up since I started, so. Excuse me here. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Tara, you said you had something else?
Yes, transfer of funds.
So there's, now, transfer of funds, did you not take that down to Amy for a transfer of funds?
She left before I could give it to her.
I think there's a schedule, and she
Okay.
needs to have that so many days
Okay.
before our meeting, is that?
Okay, I can,
I do know that additional appropriations have to be advertised so many days in advance. But I don't know about the transfers. I think the transfers, it's a little out of procedure, but
Okay.
they don't have to be advertised. It just is the fact that it's not added.
okay, I can bring him back later.
I don't know why we wouldn't.
We should be able to do it
still-
now because we used to not have people come in until a certain group took advantage of it, so we brought it back if the council approves it. So there's no reason we can't do it now.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
okay.
Or I know on our side it shouldn't.
Can I say one more thing while she's, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've been here for 3 years, and Pilar was just hired on at a higher salary than I was, just FYI.
Thank you.
That happens everywhere.
Thanks for really doing what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't get that very often.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, Tara?
The first one is it's in our HFI, so that is our state dollars. And it would be a move from contractual services to a new category called incentives. HFI does allow us to spend money on incentives. So what we have proposed is that we are doing prenatal education, and to encourage people to participate in our education, we've been looking at a voucher program for a resale shop. But HFI would like that to be put under an incentives category instead of a contractual services account.
Did you just say something about a retail shop?
Resale,
Resale.
resale, yes, a thrift shop.
Is that something like you're wanting to rent a building or?
Oh, you want to know like about the program itself? So what we're proposing, and it's basically because it would be a contract, it's in a 30-day review window. So we've kind of turned in our glass in our foyer to our kind of public announcements board. So everything that has to be in a 30-day public review window, we post it there. But if you come in and do like a 30-minute class on maybe breastfeeding or something, then you would get a voucher, and then you could go spend that voucher at a thrift shop and buy maybe like kids' items or something.
Okay.
Now, is this just, are you just working with one resale shop, or is it a variety of?
The only one that we're aware of, it's the one in Batesville, trying to remember the name of it, Twice Blessed, thank you. But of course, we would partner with any thrift shop in Ripley County. That's just the only one that I'm personally aware of that does like kids' clothes and kids' items.
Okay.
So-
So this would be under a transfer?
Correct. It would stay in HFI, it would just be under, instead of contractual services, it would move to incentive, a new category called incentives.
And this incentives account number isn't complete because Amy would have to develop that.
Right, I'm not aware, I don't know, Don, if you know that if incentives is one that's already been created in the past, but I'm not aware that there was one in the past.
Which isn't a problem, it's not.
So is this grant money?
They want, it's not grant money, it's state dollars, so it's the state's equivalent of our general funds. It's not a grant per se, because you opt into it, but you don't apply for it. It doesn't have the reimbursement features.
But you
And
can spend it on what you want.
as long as it's meeting one of the state's guidelines, yes. It's not coming out of county funds, but you still get a say on it. But it would be a general incentives category, so if we had other incentives from some of our other programming, we could pay for those incentives out of this as well.
This is for prenatal
That it is,
education.
I'm sticking with the general category of incentives. Just the reason I'm moving it is because it's prenatal, but we do have other incentives. We're just paying those out of different funds. So for example, if you just want to know, kind of off the top of my head, we do like safe sleep education, we do car seat education, and if you take those classes, you can get like diapers, wipes, car seats. So we already are doing those incentives. It's just not, it's coming out of a different fund. So the broad category of incentives could be, like, I don't want to limit it just to prenatal education, but this is just why, this is what's prompted me to want to create this category.
Okay. Do I have a motion for this transfer?
I'll make a motion.
It's been moved by Ron. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
David has seconded the motion, so it's been properly moved and seconded. Do we have discussion?
So when you do this, the HFI, the local public health fund, says you have $718,000 left. Is that why you're just trying to divvy out some of that money to be used to better the area? Or was it just?
So what's a little confusing about this is there's a cash balance, but those are cash balances over different years. So with the state, you give a number, but the state has it based on spending year. So for this spending year, we only have, it's not that amount. But I'm sorry, what was your question?
It just shows you have $718,945 is your ending balance in that account right now, and you've only expended $10,000 for the year.
Right, we try to maximize our grants before we spend things that can potentially roll over.
Okay, so that does have the potential to roll over, apparently.
Yes, there's a potential, but we don't, with that, rollovers get approved in the middle of next year. So if I don't spend it by December, they've never not approved a rollover, but I've just been telling people I'm not going to encumber something because it's not officially approved until the middle of next year.
Yeah, that was kind of my
Okay.
question. If you don't use it, do you lose it type thing? Because you're only
Not-
at 10,000, there's 700 and something.
It has to be approved, that's what I'll say.
And what's the time on the approval? What's your window?
What I don't spend by December, it's, in June is when they approve any rollovers. So what I don't spend by December, I can't spend it from January till it's approved in June. right.
26th? Okay.
Correct.
We have a motion that's been properly made and it's been seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0.
So the next two are for our immunization grant. It's just to clean up our books. So our immunization grant ended, and we just closed that out. The immunization grant, we just found out, is not being renewed next year, so we will only have the cash balance that's left in there. So this has already been, this is just to clean up negative balances because we did a change with our grant. Does that, I don't know if what I said makes sense.
So I have a quick question on that.
Yes.
So you have, your grant is disappearing for the clerk?
For which one?
For the immunizations, is the state of Indiana discontinuing support of immunization in the state? Is that correct, for 26?
Correct.
And so you purchase this $7,500 of immunization, and the life expectancy of those immunizations is 6 months, a year. I know it varies from each type.
I'm sorry, you're talking about purchases of immunizations, are you?
Yes, or is this for?
Oh, no, this is
for the
what we've
staff?
already purchased. I just didn't want to leave, we're fine on our reimbursable grants. We've maximized that. It's just we had to make some changes that the county books didn't line up with our grant books. So there's just a negative balance in there, but
Okay.
there's a positive balance on
This
the
is to
clerical
make your books balance.
Yeah,
in
I
the
just,
two departments.
I didn't want to leave a negative in one and a positive in another. I was just trying to get a, but if you don't
Okay.
care if it sits negative,
Well, we can't do that.
okay, then, yeah,
We can't
Okay.
have negative in our accounts.
okay.
And so is this the 4,000, the 3,500, and then $98? Is that correct?
The 98 is just on a different fund, but it's just to clean up a negative balance.
Okay, so these
So
last
it'll,
three
on the
are-
general, it'll take that to a zero balance.
Okay, but we'll do two together here, the immunization, the 4,000 and the 3,500?
11,603. Well, they're going to two different accounts.
Wait a minute, and 30, oh, wait a minute, they're going into a different account. So
Yeah.
we'll need,
I do one at a time.
we'll need a motion for the 4,000 because you're going into a contractual service of a different account for these two items. So the first one here on our list would be 8252.11603, and then that's going into account 82523780 for $4,000. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion.
Stan has made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ron has seconded the motion. Do we have any discussion?
So we're taking that from immunization grants and putting it into clerical nurse assistant on the first one, or clerical assistant? I'm showing that 11,603 is to the clerical nurse assistant. Is that an employee?
No, that's a vacant position. That doesn't exist. It's just on the, there is no person being paid out of that fund.
And is
If
that
if it helps, we've already, the problem is we get reimbursed, but when we get reimbursed, it goes into a general, like a different, I don't know, Donna, if you know, when we get reimbursed, it doesn't go back into the fund it was spent out of.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But it's okay to take something that was funded for clerical to use for something else?
How do I explain?
Yes or no? Or sort of?
Ideally, our county books would match our state books. And in our state books, they actually, in our state books, we took a big hit in the middle of the year. So there is, even though we have like 30,000 or something in clerical assistant, the state doesn't even recognize that there's a clerical assistant. There is 0 there at the state level. So so we've got a 30,000 here at the county level, but the state has 0. Does that? You should have come through the health department walkthrough. I would have explained all that, but you're still more than welcome to come down.
I did meet, I've done that, and I met with the medical director.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's good.
So we have a motion from Stan. Stan's moved. Ron seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Do you oppose, Andrew, or?
Yeah, I just don't know, I'm confused about all of it, and it's just because I don't know, no offense.
No, that's
So
okay.
it's 5-1? So
I
our
should
votes,
have brought, what I should have brought is my actual grant budget, and then you could have compared it, that would
Look at all
explain.
the different funds and seeing what's going, how.
Yeah, there's 9 of them.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't, that's the only reason
Okay.
I'm just
Andrew,
not,
did you abstain, or did you vote no?
I will abstain.
Okay, excuse
Instead
me,
of voting no.
abstain.
I'll
5,
abstain. Let's do
and
that.
1 individual's abstaining. Now we have here immunization grant, clerical assistant, 8252-11603 for $3,500. And it's to go to account number 8252.29560.
So that's the same thing here at the state level, that 11603 is 0, and we've already been reimbursed for what we spent under nurse operational supplies. So it's again, just to match the county with the state's grant budget.
Can I try to explain that a little bit better?
Thank you.
Okay, so she's already been awarded the money because of the grant, so you put it in the fund, so you have that giant bucket of money in that. You budget that money out, that's under each individual accounts, all that money's still there, but since they're going to do away with that, she needs to utilize those monies because it's gonna go away anyhow, so she's trying to put it, just move from one account where it was budgeted to another account so that she can utilize it and use it.
I understand this one.
Okay.
I
Maybe
get-
that was the
I'm
same.
good, I can see it now. I just couldn't
Yeah,
figure it out
so
though.
it's just so she can use it, so when we code it and pay
Yeah.
things, it's under a different account number we can pay it out there, and we know what it was used for budgeting.
I see now where that
Yeah.
comes through, it's switched out, then,
Yeah.
Do we have?
just took me a minute.
Do we have a individual who will move to approve this transfer?
And I'll approve that one.
Andrew, do we have a second?
I'll second.
And Diane? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. Now we have our last transfer of funds. This is for 1159.25900, amounts $98, to account 1159.32720.
So this one, we just had 2 people go to the conference, and it just went $98 over the allotment. So I just want to get that at a 0 balance, and then,
This is a conference registration. All right, thank
Make a
you.
motion.
Andrew has moved. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
David? Discussion? Do we hear any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Approved.
thank you very much for your time.
I have a question.
Oh, yes.
So I watched your board meeting the other night, and Jason sat there and said, let's take all the money that's grants for salaries and move it to county general. We won't do that. I can tell you ahead of time, because it's just like with court services. You weren't here, but when they hire somebody on a grant, if that grant goes away, the job goes away.
Okay.
Just
I
trying to give you a
had,
little heads up.
when he made that statement, I did say I had already turned in the budgets. Now, I did turn it in not knowing at the time the immunization one was pulled. I still think there will be a cash balance for that one. But I mentioned the only one that I was trying to move over was Missy for vital records, so,
Just so I just wanted
Okay.
you to understand.
okay,
It's not a big,
okay.
you're new, I
Okay.
get it.
I'm sure Jason might be watching this one, so.
Hi, Jason.
Thank you. Alex Zimmerman, he was to be here to share with us this evening our wheel tax, and I don't see Alex Zimmerman. He put it on his calendar, and I came in and had Amy put it on our agenda under new business. All right, Ron, Fire Department?
I've been kicking this around since we started our lit safety tax. I sent each council person a note, thinking about the volunteer fire departments. There's 10 volunteer fire departments. At one time, Randy Fry came in and promised them the world that no more of this, no more of that, and we're gonna do all this for you and you're gonna have all this money. It never came to real, it didn't happen. Since we have this lit money, my proposal is to council. I would like to do a $10,000 grant per fire department. There's 10 of them. Batesville will not be included because they're halfway paid. They get their own lit tax from Ripley and Franklin County. So we won't cover theirs, but we'll cover the other 10 volunteer fire departments. As you noticed in the email that I sent to you, it's got to be, they have to come in and apply for it. It can't be used for training. It needs to be used for gear, you know, boots, coats, hats, maybe air apparatus, something that's going to improve the safety and the health of the fire department. Now, just so everybody knows, I'm just doing this, I bring this up just for 1 year. I don't know what next year will bring. I'm not going to sit here and say, we're going to do this for the fire departments every year. This is something I wanted to bring up to each council person. Think about it, maybe at budget time. If you want to discuss it now, some we can. I believe it would be great for each fire department. It's not nearly enough of what they really need, because I know volunteers are down. But that's just something I've been thinking about. And I just sort of wanted a little input, or if you don't want to talk about it tonight, we don't have to. We can talk about it at budget, but it's just my thought. One of the things, if we are thinking about doing this, we have to come up with a good way to give them a paper to fill out for a grant, what they can and cannot ask for. Also, one of the things, I'm sorry, I keep rambling, it would have to be a reimbursable grant. In other words, if they want to buy radios, they have to bring us the bill for the radios they bought, and then we reimburse. We don't just give them the money and say, here you go, you're supposed to buy radios, and hope they buy radios. We have to sort of, so that's why I think it should be reimbursable.
Okay. Let's think about this at our budget. We'll see how things lay. We'll be sure to put that on our agenda for the budget meetings. I believe Andrew and Ron attended a meeting at Franklin County about what Alex was supposed to share with us this evening, the tax. And can you, and John's shared with us, it's the wheel tax, an important file that's well done. Can you three share with us and just tell us exactly how we're standing and what's going on?
Andrew actually talked with their attorney and got more knowledge than, one of the commissioners was with us also, and yeah, so I would rather Andrew.
I had a bunch of notes that I left at home. So, we're gonna go off the cuff here. So we did sit down in their meeting and listen to them kind of talk back and forth. Franklin County went ahead and implemented the tax at the highest value that it could be implemented at. $50 per passenger vehicle, any trucks, vehicles under 11,000, then the other tax for above tractors, trailers, all that stuff was $80 a vehicle. The reason that they did it is because they said instead of trying to inch your way up, they were going to start at the top. They had a lot of bridges and things to repair, and for them to lose out on the community crossings matching grant would be quite detrimental to them. Their budget is not as large as ours. They don't have the funds that we have, the industry that we have, etc. So that's why they kind of put it into that. So if we were to implement this grant at the highest, implement this tax at the highest amount, we would receive $2,313,000, somewhere in that neighborhood, according to our county, our vehicle rate, whatever that the attorney looked up right there and told me. And then with that being said, we could go to the lowest end of the spectrum and only generate, 350,000 or whatever, it was 350,000. So, and they said, as well as a question that had been raised here, how long is this community crossings grant going to be around for? We talked with, was it Lindsay Patterson?
She's the state
She's the
rep.
state rep, so she acted like that it was an unknown, that it could be gone in 2 years, it could be gone in 3 years, it could be gone tomorrow, it could go on for 10 years. So they were implementing this tax now to stay ahead of the game on this dollar amount that they receive for the community crossings grant. Here's my opinion. This community crossings grant brings in $750,000 to us. We have to put in $750,000. They match $750,000, therefore we receive $750,000 for free, per se. But to do this, we have to put a tax on our taxpayers, another one. After we just did the public safety tax a year ago. If we do not go forth with this by 2026, then we possibly could not be eligible for this community crossings grant, possibly. There's not anything definite said that yes, we will, no, we won't, unless you've heard something within days. I haven't heard anything else about a date, if it's going to be here or not. So, I looked at it this way. If we impose this tax to make up for the $750,000, and we're going to take it from our taxpayers, why wouldn't we be the one county in the state, or the one of the few counties in the state that doesn't have a wheel tax? That would generate a huge draw to Ripley County for economic development. For a trucking company to not have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars or thousands of dollars extra just to be able to run their trucks on the road. Why wouldn't you move your business here? That we're right next to the highways, 50, all the corridors to get to Louisville, whatever. I think at that point we would generate more than $750,000 just from having a couple new businesses come in with income tax, property tax, public safety tax, new housing, the overall economic development, everything all the way down to buying groceries at a store that helps our communities in the area. So I think the benefit of not doing the tax is far greater than the benefit of doing the tax. For $750,000, we're going to implement a tax that's going to be there for however long, or forever, for $750,000, and if we don't do it, then we're gonna make more than that anyways without having to put more taxes on the taxpayers. So that was my thought process of it.
And one on top of Andrew's statement is commissioners in the highway department is talking about buying their own paver. If we have our own paver, we will not be able to receive the community crossing grant because it has to be a third party that gets the money. So we would lose that money anyway if we bought a paver.
Now, I believe John, and we appreciate all of the documents he's prepared. John, did you share that 36 counties in the state of Indiana do not have a wheel tax?
Let's see here. I thought it was in one of those documents that I sent to you.
So basically, our governor raised, or did cut on the property taxes, but then he's turning around and he's making the counties do all the tax on the people, because you can't cut one. You still have to have that money coming in. And he started throwing it on the counties now.
Some other things about the state budget. This was the year for the state budget to be adopted. And our Medicaid in the past was 18% of the state budget. It's gone up to 22% of the state budget. In order for it to be a balanced budget, the state had to find some way to make up that deficit amount, that 4%. So they put a $2 tax on per pack of cigarettes. Some of the elected officials were, not that they support smoking, but they felt like that was easy to target cigarette smoking. So and the governor signed every bill that was passed on this past session. So there weren't no bills that were not signed by the governor. The governor signed every bill. Now, in our local paper, there was an article, and it says a wheel tax could be a way to generate revenue. And there's 3 commissioners, but Mr. Horstman and also Mr. Volz were mentioned here, that they wholeheartedly agree with not having the wheel tax. They said that they are just in a discussion phase, but they are against it if it is possible. Am I correct, Mr. Volz?
That's correct.
And if you wanted to see this, I didn't make everybody a copy, but it was on the front page of the local paper, the Versailles Republican paper. So this is that particular article. Sir, Mr. Earl, did you want to share?
There's really nothing to share other than I had prepared a draft, of a wheel tax, what it would look like, and it was done at the lowest rate. But I believe Andrew's numbers, as he heard calculated, would result, I think in one of the documents that I sent you, to a kind of a fairly low amount at the lowest rate. In fact, this is based on 2023 data.
Okay.
Ripley County would receive basically $229,693,000, and at the max rate, based, again, on 2023 numbers of vehicles and things of that nature, $1,699,132. I think in looking, I'm not sure what the document was that I sent you, but I believe we're talking about maybe 54 counties.
54?
Maybe,
Have a
but
wheel
that would have been
tax.
as of 2023 also, I think.
Okay.
And I'm sure a few counties have adopted the wheel tax since, and there may be some holdouts. I don't know that that's going to cause a trucking company to move or to come here, but
I think
there is a point, obviously there.
Franklin County's attorney said that, and don't quote me on this, I think he said all but 9 counties have started the adoption process in Indiana.
That's possible.
And that's what he got off of his current information, were those numbers. I mean, he pulled them up right there, but I don't know what you have, type thing.
I'm looking at a document prepared in '23, and the number of counties with a wheel tax at that time was 54. Counties without was 38.
Gotcha. That's the reason I looked at it as an economic development standpoint of all but 9 counties.
Might be an incentive.
That's why I kind of went with that and thought, why would we tax, or, why would we add more taxes to people that are already going through a hard enough time as it is, let alone throw up more on there? And as far as the property tax decrease, I haven't heard or seen that bill that's passed that says a number or a time or anything like that. I know it was all hearsay there for a while. Am I just missing that from the state level on the property tax?
I'm not aware of anything.
I'm not aware of anything. But it was such hearsay and going around for so long that I don't, in my opinion, like I said, it's my opinion, I don't think we're gonna get a property tax
For the
decrease.
wheel tax?
But she was mentioning that.
No, I don't.
Amy's actually at a conference where they may be discussing some of that at the auditor's conference. So,
That's just my opinion on it, and you guys can make your own, but I know I would vote no for the wheel tax.
And the state representative, she is in Ripley County, Adams Township only representative. Alex is for the remainder of the county. Also, the wheel tax includes an agricultural, we have a lot of individuals in the county who are involved with farming. And the wheel tax also is for agricultural equipment. I don't know if that's just tractors or if that would include combines and.
it does, I don't think the wheel tax applies when it says tractors. I don't think they're referring to ag-related implement style
You don't think so?
tractors.
Okay,
We're talking about semi-tractors, trailers, heavy trucks, et cetera. That's the
Okay.
way I read the
That's
statute.
the way,
is that the way
I
they
read it.
presented it?
yeah.
And-
That's not going to apply to
On
non-licensed
the-
agricultural tractors.
Okay, I was at one meeting and they said possibly the ag would be involved. On your.
Certainly farm semis would be. I don't think they'd get an exemption just
No.
because they're a farm semi.
I'd say
Okay.
if you have a farm tag on your trailer, tractor, whatever, I'm sure you're gonna be part of that wheel tax because you have to have.
Yeah,
have
you
the
don't,
rubber
they won't get a
roads.
break on that.
Right.
I think they're literally looking at licensed vehicles that are traveling on roads.
Yeah.
The farm just deals with making it a little less commercial, some of those rules, things of that nature.
On your
I wonder if we
CDL.
could put a wheel tax on the EV vehicles, because right now we gain no money off any of the electric vehicles.
That was,
I don't think you get to pick and choose, it's all or none.
it was part of.
Very many of them anyway.
Oh, yes, there is.
And the other reason I looked at it too is you look at the industry that we have, and I know everybody wants more industry and it takes industry to bring people in and all that stuff, but we have a lot of trucking companies just in our little county, that this would put a hamper on their overall bottom line and everything else when they're trying to make it too, so, so many that,
Well, and you take like UPS. I don't know how they've been getting along as well as they do in that small location where they're at.
right?
But counties with wheel taxes, when you have only so much additional cost that you can pass on to the consumer,
Where you go.
you think about even like delivery services like that, that aren't really over the road as much as they are local deliveries.
So I don't know.
I think that's a pretty good point, actually.
And then also on your vehicle registration, when you buy your license plate, right there in the center of it has a spot for wheel tax. If anybody looked at that, right there in the center, that's where you'd pay your wheel tax at. And in the documents, the auditor would need to have things in by the 25th of the month and quite a bit of detail.
Well, and I was kind of under the impression if you buy a vehicle in a county where there is a wheel tax at the time of the purchase of a new vehicle, I think you may pay that wheel tax possibly on that new vehicle
Okay.
for that county wherever you purchase
Purchase
it.
it.
Now granted, that's only a one-time deal because it's going to be registered in a different county, but
Correct, okay, yes.
I wonder if that works the same as when I bought vehicle out of state that I came back, that I had to pay all them, all their taxes, all of our taxes, and then I was refunded some money.
You'd probably get it refunded,
So I would think you would get a refund if you did that.
yeah. I
All
would
right.
think.
Any other discussion? So at this present time, we're not going to act on the wheel tax until we get additional information, or this is just kind of an ongoing
Well,
journey
it's-
for us,
It's,
learning?
it's one of them things that said it didn't have to be, doesn't have to be done.
It's not a mandate.
Right.
It's the carrot or the stick. There's
Yeah.
no stick involved, but they're dangling a carrot that said if you want to be eligible for the full amount of the CMG Community Crossings Grant, that type of stuff,
Yeah.
in order to be eligible for it, like for a portion of it, you got to have something on file, I think, by
September
of this,
26.
of this.
of this year.
This year?
I believe. And then if you don't have something in by January, is it you may not be eligible for any?
Of
I
26.
thought they moved you back towards the end, but
That's
I think
possible.
they told us September 2026, but I could be wrong. That's what's sticking out. Like I said, you gave me a bunch of papers too that,
I think that's for it to basically, for a county to continue with the grants, business as usual. No
Yeah.
different than what it was.
That's
But they've
what it
still
was.
pulled away a certain amount of money that they're earmarking, I think specifically for Marion County,
Now, that's
because they have
9 million.
such terrible roads, and I'm guessing they've kind of been kicking the can down the road as far as doing something about that. And that doesn't mean Marion County will sit there and apply for all that, so there could be more money eligible, but if they apply for all of it, there's a portion of money that's just off the table for other counties to draw from, the way I understand it, if I'm reading and from what I've heard correctly.
That's what I understood. I think it was 90 million. Marion County got the first
I wanted to
part of the
ask-
pie.
I wanted to ask Commissioner Volz, while I was watching your meeting today, something about the community crossing grant, has it changed already? Was it a lower number?
Jason, I think,
I think so, it was like 750, and we got 1.5 million this past year, I thought.
I'm not so sure, but I
That's
think
what-
that the
but
time process
that's
for
what the
making that
match-
grant application is what, October?
They moved it up to October, he said, instead of January
so.
or December.
I think so.
And I think that's probably
Talked
so,
about today.
so they'll know who's adopted by September, would
That's
be
how
my
you know,
guess.
Yes.
That would stand to reason.
But then we was talking about the bridge too, so I would have to go.
Commissioner, would you want to come forward? Do you want to share anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I already see today, so.
All right.
Just at this time.
that was my other thought too, was with that, the 750,000 that we're gonna be possibly losing out on. I mean, we have a $12 million surplus of county general right now. If we need to take 750,000 and put it towards the roads, I think that would be better use of taxpayers' money that have already been accumulated, rather than taxing them again for the money that we kind of already have in hand.
Okay. Thank you for attending, and thank you for the report.
Thanks, Andrew.
Old business? All right. Other information? Any public comments? Andrew, a report, economic development?
Status quo, going good. We have a meeting 2 weeks,
Yeah, I think so.
in 2 weeks.
Maybe Gary Norman wants to start sending out letters to all the trucking companies, delivery companies.
Yeah.
We just need some ground and
Right.
willingness for trucking terminals to be near
Yeah.
certain areas.
So I think it could be good. It could be good.
Diane, SEI,
No, it
Planning
was an
Commission?
executive, so
Okay.
it's not in attendance.
Solid Waste, David?
Nothing new at this time.
Grants, Stan?
I have nothing.
Follow up, Commissioner, you spoke today about the bell tower.
Yes.
And I did a little searching, if the other council members do not mind. The Reynolds Foundation, we would not be eligible for that. REMC, we can try. We need to have that in by November of this year.
Yes.
They have 2 rounds. I'm willing to fill that application out.
That's not a whole lot, though.
No,
That's
I
not
filled them up, right, but every dollar helps.
It does, it does.
Okay, what are you gonna be filling out?
REMC.
RNC, okay.
This is for the bell, for the clock and the works. And so I'm willing to do that if council does not mind.
Do we have a cost on that?
Yes, we do.
Yes, I don't have it off the top of my head, though.
I have a cost on that. The cost, wait a minute. The cost is $59,960,000.
I don't think we should use 1 penny of tax dollars to fix a clock, because the people in Milan, the people in Sundon, the people in Napoleon could care less if this clock works or not. So it's not fair to all of them people to pay taxes for something that's just located here. My opinion.
Okay, thank you.
And I think you probably discussed the regional
And
foundation.
Amy's going to be filling out the
Okay.
application for the Rising Sun.
Okay.
Have the request in for Mary at Southeastern Indiana, that if she can direct us and hopefully fill out those requests for funding.
Yes.
And if you don't mind bringing that up at the next commissioners' meeting, that I'm willing to fill out for REMC, and also go with Mary and see if we can't get some additional funding.
Okay, so you're gonna go see Mary?
Yes.
Okay,
I
okay.
have contacted her, I reached out, but she was not available. So I will
Okay.
reach out to her again.
Okay, it's
And
fine.
we just
Great.
keep individuals abreast of where we're at. But that's a couple.
Have we thought any more about the Tyson Fund?
That's what I was just gonna
That's
ask.
what I think, but we ought to reach out to the Tyson Fund.
Okay.
And I have not done that. Are you willing to do that?
I don't even know who to talk to. It'd be nice if somebody probably
Well,
was more
the
from
Methodist
Versailles.
Church Tyson Temple, I believe that's a Methodist, they have people on that and could direct us to the board.
Okay, would Southeastern, Mary, or Mary, did they do,
McCarty.
could they do, yeah, McCarty do grants for that? Because I have no idea how to do a
Well,
grant.
that's what I was reaching out to her to see if
Okay.
we could not.
But
secure
does
some-
anybody know what the deadline is for Tyson?
Fairly recently, they shared their list of places that was given awards.
That would be the perfect fund for Tyson.
Would the Ripley County
So it
Community
might not be till
Foundation
next
be an
week,
option?
next year.
I think that's excellent. Don's looking, I think we should approach
I,
them.
I don't know if, what's that?
I was looking at stuff on the
I was too, looking for that, and I'm not, they call it Tyson Community Advancement Foundation. Main Street Versailles. I wonder if Holly would know. And I wonder if
Maybe
the
I
town of
could-
Versailles might consider
It'd
kicking
be nice to
in.
get a nice grant from the town of Versailles, because
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
how we ended up with this.
Right, right. So maybe I can take the time to talk to Holly. I haven't seen her.
Do you mind?
Well, I do
She
think
might
that would
be-
be a great
well-
resource.
Economic Development meetings in a couple of weeks. I know I'll probably run into her there.
Do you mind
Yeah.
reaching out?
I'll try to reach out to her, yeah.
And we'll keep each other abreast of who we've contacted and where we're at.
Yes.
You know, there may be with the Batesville Foundation.
better start writing stuff
Make the
down.
bells ring or something. Because the bells have not been activated for 20 years.
The other thing too is when they did the baby boxes, they set up a separate fund, you know, that was earmarked, and that money continues to be there, non-reverting, and grow. So if folks in the community actually felt like donating, because of the historical aspect of it,
Now, could we
A
bring
fund
that
could be
into-
created.
Could we bring that into county general, or could we bring that into county funds if somebody wanted?
I think
to donate
Amy said
100?
something about at the meeting to where she had a place to put that money if
I'm
there's
not-
donation.
But we would need to create a fund that made it non-reverting, so that any monies that were there, you know, and if that draws interest, and if people add to
Yeah.
it over the course of time, that it would always be there. Because obviously, getting it fixed is one thing, but then years down the road, you'll have maintenance. and-
Yeah, I even mentioned if people donated, maybe we do a big bronze plaque thing, so
I
show the
think it was
donators.
right on, that would be, the recognition be fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. We just thought it was wise to get started because it takes so long to get this rolling, so.
It does. We have pumpkin show coming up, and it'd be perfect time, if they happen to have at the foundation in Batesville, if they had a summer intern, could work up a project and the pitch to get the bells ringing or something, be
Yeah.
a neat project for someone who was involved with economic development. All right. Anything else, Commissioner?
Not at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comment?
We got signed papers.
We have to sign papers. We need to do that before we adjourn. We have our budget books. Our next council meeting will be August the 18th, I believe. That's our council meeting, but our budget meeting is the week before. We'll be meeting 3, possibly 4 days. So we'll sign our paperwork. Don, did you have paperwork for us to sign?
Sorry, just to start, I did find that nonprofit organizations in the Brazil area are eligible to apply for the grant. And it says on the top there, due by Monday, June 5th, in the Tyson, Children's Office and the Tyson Library.
They gonna do a procedure on it or just check it?
Fine, okay.
Probably somebody to try to get the pressure down.
The pressure's on. Is that a diabetes thing?
I've got somebody that also, because of that reading, but they couldn't get it in today to relieve it, but
Does it help?
That's what Amy always says. Yeah, we just pass it down, send them around, and then they get passed back down.
Thank you, Sheriff.
August 18th. August 18th.
August 18th,
Yeah.
thank you. Is this all, Sam?
That's all I've got is 3.
Okay. Thank you for everyone coming.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
The budget meeting, is that open to public? Or is
Yes,
that
but,
like an executive session?
no, it's open to the public, but if you want to be on the agenda, contact the auditor and get a time slot, because we have time slots for people to come in and share.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have access to that too now if you wanted to see what's available. Okay.
Okay, you picked a sweet corn yet?
No, but I gotta get my electric fence up, so I don't have visitors to enjoy.
I haven't put a fence up the last couple of years and I've not had any trouble,
I'm
but
sending them down to your place.
don't send them to me.
You've got dogs.
We're still live.
See,
But see, the dogs sleep inside it.
Ripley County Community
I- but
Center
I
maybe
still-
the, maybe the raccoons said, it
Put Ripley in
doesn't.
there.
I still think that makes a difference.
Oh, I think so.
I guess
Are we
not.
okay?
I don't know.
We'll blame it
Have
on
you,
me. Okay. All right.
Diane, you signed the last one? Thank you.
There were just three, that's it?
Yes, ma'am. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a motion made by Stan. Do I have a second? David? So moved. All in favor, raise your right hand.
Did you wanna, did you
Oh.
wanna talk about the raise thing for,
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, wait a minute, all right. Yes, Andrew?
before we go ahead and vote or whatever?
Do we need to go back? 'Cause I think
We didn't vote yet.
I never voted.
We had a motion,
We was
but
close.
We have discussion.
okay, yes.
So, I know we had talked about doing the longevity before and a dollar amount, or if we were doing it, Amy sent us some stuff, if we were doing a straight rate, if we're doing a percentage, how all this was going on. So, let's hear what you guys' thoughts are on this.
Well, I think we got shot down on the longevity a while back, and then when Andrew brought it up and Stan in the group, we sort of shot it down because we didn't have enough knowledge of how long how much
Sustainability.
sustainability and everything, and I think at this point, personally, I think we ought to just stick with the raise that we came up with. Just my thought, because I don't think we have enough time to sit here and figure out how many years, who gets it, who doesn't get it, how long do they get it, when do they get it, what's the cap, what's the, there's,
Part-time.
Amy prepared the document for us. I think it was really Danielle in Excel, and it has every staff member, and it also, and Danielle did a phenomenal job. It has the tenure, and then she built it out at a certain value, and it would be on their anniversary date possibly. And so they thank Danielle, Amy, all staff for completing this, but they have prepared a very nice document for us with all the information. Stan, would you like to share about longevity?
I kind of thought that's where we were headed, was with the longevity run. So I really thought that's where we were headed. Because we spoke at 250 when we left.
Yep. So, or I'll let everybody else go to.
David, would you like to share?
My opinion is, I think longevity is something that probably does need to happen, and we need to look at it. Do we have enough time left to do it fairly this year, to really put it all together? I mean, you know, it might be the more fair way to do it is go on the raise that we have talked about and what we, proposed. And then we've got a great start there. They've got this document done. It's not like it wasn't like that was a wasted time. That's still something, oh my gosh, it's got its, what a start for putting this together for next year. But that's kind of my opinion.
Andrew, would you like to share?
You got your information there over?
Me?
Yes, sir.
My thoughts, we've tried to put this into place before, and we put our stuff together to do it. Here's some questions that I have about it, and I'm gonna throw them out there. Elected officials or no? How far back would we go? Years? Do we go back from start date? Do we start at 15 years prior to this coming year? Do we start at 10 years prior to this coming year? 5? Do we start it fresh from this year? Each job position, if you move a position, that you get paid out of a different fund, does that therefore consider you taking a new hire spot? Is this all balled into one where you've worked 6 different jobs in the county over the last 20 years, so then you get paid back for all 20 years. We had discussed the rate of $250. So there's a few questions that we should probably look at, answer. And then therefore, if we implement this, at that point, do we just do a cost of living increase from there on forward? Do we, how's that future gonna look? You know, if we do a dollar amount per year after we do longevity. And don't get me wrong, longevity is there to appreciate the time and the service that you put into the county. It is also an income for the experience that you have too. So do the raises therefore go back to a percentage of cost of living at the time of budget? Is that how that's gonna work from there? There's some of the questions that I have about it that I have all my stuff at home.
Diane, would you like to share?
I have a couple questions too. Mine aren't as nearly as in-depth as Andrew's are. But there's been all the comments about excluding the elected officials, and I'm curious as to why. But would that also include other heads of the departments, or just elected officials, and why? Because they are county employees as well, and most of them have been county employees long before they were elected officials. So did they lose all that time? Did we not appreciate what they did beforehand? And are we excluding them because they make more money than the other employees? Which they should be, because they're the ones that take all the guff from everything. They're responsible for their departments. And so they should be making more money. So I don't think that they should be excluded. I think that longevity is, that there are, I'm sure, a lot of positions in the county that our employees could make a lot more money than they do working for the county, but we have a lot of perks that other places don't have. So it kind of balances out in that way, but it's a great way to show appreciation for dedicated people. And when you have somebody that's worked like Amy has been here, 19 years or something altogether, you know, that needs to be appreciated, even if she is an elected official. So.
See, when I went through and talked to the individuals, I went to departments, very few people wanted longevity. They would rather have the raise. I mean, that's how you show how much you appreciate. You give somebody a $2,500 a year raise, they're going to appreciate it.
That's true.
If they don't, they're not going to be happy no matter what you give them. So
But there's no guarantee of that either.
$2,500, or we can give them $275 a year for 10 years and they get $750. That's sort of how I look at longevity. Is I look at it different, I guess. Maybe it's because I own my own company. You just, the more money somebody makes, usually the happier they are. And, you know, if we're talking, I don't know what numbers, I'm just going to say, if we're talking $100 a year and they've been here for 20 years, they're going to get $2,000 plus the cost of living. And it's going to be, I just don't see that, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on longevity. Elected officials, I can't say one way or the other. I mean, it's a new job every 4 years, but they're still county employees, like you said. So I have no idea on that either.
Yeah, like I said, I thought we were at 250 on longevity. That's where I thought we were standing. Yeah, a year.
All right, we
I
need,
just saying that before we get ourselves into a can of worms, these are some questions that we need to answer. Elected officials, are we starting from original date of hire, or are we doing a different date? The number, we had all come up with 250. So that's what we came up with, and just hear me out, I'm not saying one way or another. Once you start, you can't come down. You can start and go up.
That was
So-
my question, yeah.
I'm gonna throw out there, we could possibly start low, still get whatever, and then build for next year, that way we're already implemented. I'm just throwing it out. So that, and then the overall raise, and if we're doing monetary percentage down the road, the thoughts on that process, because that ultimately is what dictates sustainability. And then the position movements, if you're going from this job to this job to this job, if you're still a county employee, does that count? Or if you move jobs at different pay increases, you know, if you move from a job that was $44,000 to a job that was $65,000, does that constitute a new job? Getting paid out of a different line item, so how does that work? I just want to make sure that we got all this stuff levied out before we do that. And then I have sustainability, which it goes off of what we would be doing in the future.
That was a question that I had on the sustainability. If this were to be implemented and down the road it doesn't work out the way we had anticipated, can it be reversed?
Pretty hard to take something back that you gave.
And then the maximum term, I think we had figured at 20.
20.
So how's that gonna make this person here that's got, I just seen one with 40 years, 29 years, 42 years. How are they gonna feel? We're cheating them. The people that have been here the
How
longest
can,
are
how can
cheating.
you
I don't
cheat
think
somebody
that's
that
cheap.
never received it?
Right, I don't think you could cheat per se.
Other counties with longevity, they go with
And
the
that's
actual
5,000.
years with the value. So there have been individuals here in this county and other counties who stayed with county employment for 50 years.
There's one on there for 42 years.
So has PERF been received for 42 years? Has PERF-
Well, yeah, they
Has all
paid
that,
him.
have all the county benefits been received for that amount of time?
Yes.
So they've stayed, and that's grown as well. So if we have a cap at 20, we're not harming them. We're saying, here's $5,000. I mean, that would be I think that would be a huge benefit. If you've been here for 40 years, I mean, good, but, I mean, that's great, but they've also been acquiring, and why were they here for 40 years? They love their job, they don't mind the pay, and all we're doing is enhancing it and saying, hey, thank you for the time that you spent. But,
Good discussion. Before we start, when we start our budget, we'll need to be prepared to answer these questions in August. Gives you time to look through your budget and also go back and review what Amy sent us. Just print it off, it's all
so
right here.
I think that list had elected officials, every
Yes.
person on there.
Yes.
What was the total, 109, how many people was there, 173
Wait a minute.
total on there?
Yes, I think you're right.
I'm just trying to remember.
And it ends up being, if this value was used, $323,750.
Right, so it was 323,
$373.
or 373. And that was, if we gave the raises, and I don't have my papers, but it ended up, if we didn't do longevity, and we gave the dollar amount raises and everything, it was almost 500,000 was what the raises were gonna cost us this
So with this
Longevity.
and that is about,
So if we did the
about
longevity,
850,000, a little less than $1 million.
well, I'm saying if we did the longevity and the balance due left, we would have to come up with an amount. And as far as sustainability goes, if we can sustain doing that number, longevity is gonna grow, but that's why I said we need to look at sustainability as the monetary raises that are coming in the future. If we're doing the cost of living increase, sustainability is not gonna be a problem because our budget grows at 8 to 9% per year in the last 5 years, or 4 years that I've ran budgets. So, we're not gaining that dollar amount per year there on and there on. I know people talked about, well, what if the hospital leaves and we lose this income tax and this and that? Well, I think,
We're not losing anything from the hospital,
I don't-
but I'm just saying that.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna lose out on that,
Well, there is no tax, it's a nonprofit.
so.
But the staff pays.
But if they still live in Ripley County, it's not gonna, I mean, they're not gonna
be
relocate
in
because the
Franklin.
hospital moved 6 miles. You know, that money's not gonna change, but,
Yeah.
so, I don't know, I could, write these and email them, I guess.
And then those are going to be the first item.
I mean, we have to have
for
that,
We're going to have that as our first item when we start our budget meetings.
and I think it would be wise to have this figured out before budget. Is it worth having an executive meeting at some point in time
We
to
can,
do this? Give us a week or
but
two to.
everybody submitted their budget.
Right, and I don't think any of this longevity was included in the budget. And I think, Dawn, Amy, you said if that's what we do, that you just have to add that line if we end up doing it. As of right now, everybody's got the budget addition for whatever, and whatever they had requested. So,
Do we want to have an
That's-
exec?
that's
What
my
do we want to
stance
have?
on that,
Another meeting
I-
before the budget?
I like the idea. I would just love to have this ironed, complete.
Terry had a question.
Oh, Terry, did you?
I have to draw it.
Okay,
But
okay. Well,
that's just my opinion of,
but
I mean,
everybody
we
else.
pretty well had it
Do you want to
at
have a meeting
2:50,
before
but
we have our budget meeting? We have to give 2 weeks' notice. So 2 weeks from today would be,
I mean, that's my opinion. If you guys make your opinion,
would
if
be
you
the
want
4th
to,
of August?
2 weeks for an executive session.
Oh, not executives,
Okay, so
yeah,
it's gonna be a
special
public
meeting. We have, special meeting, we have to have 2
10
weeks'
days.
notice. And so it's August 2nd, is that right, Stan? August 4th.
So it
Everybody
will be
good?
open to the public.
It'll be open to the public, August 4th. And we'll ask Amy to please advertise that in 2 sites. And the only item on the agenda will be those questions that Andrew has shared. Any other discussion? We had a motion that was made by Diane to close the meeting. Who closed? Stan?
Stan.
Moved to close the meeting, and who seconded it? Who did? David? David, you seconded? Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed? The meeting is officially closed. Thank you for everyone coming, and thank you for your time this evening.